Hello! Tonight I'm making a video about how I do my vintage curls, considering I already have naturally curly hair. Over the years I have watched many tutorials about how to do a vintage brush out to get that 1940s look, and in all honesty, if you have curly hair like mine, if you put a brush to it, any way you slice it, it's gonna be like 3 times the size. And it's just not gonna be, or at least it has never been, the look that I am going for. All the tutorials I've seen have been made by ladies who've got straight hair. So I was sort of left to just like try the same thing on my hair, even though, as I just said, if I brush it, it gets huge. And it's not exactly the vintage look that I'm going for with all the curl definition. So this is just the way that I do it. If your curls are similar to mine, then you can try this out. Everyone is gonna be different. Everyone is gonna have different preferences. This is just what I like to do. And I guess this is the tutorial that I wished I would have had. I shower at night and then I let my hair air dry. That's just how I've always done it. I just never, sometimes I blow dry it if I'm in more of a hurry, but I generally let it air dry. I sit around and do other things while it dries. Cecil! He just turned my light off. Cecil! Anyway, when your hair is mostly dry, then go ahead and get started with the whole foam rolling process. Now, as you can see, my hair is not only curly, but it's also very thick. But it's still okay if it is a little bit damp in places. In fact, I kind of want that because it helps with the smoothness of the curls the next day. So when I brush it, as you can tell, it gets very poofy. It's really not very wet from my shower. It's pretty much all the way dry. So what I do is, in this little spray bottle, I have some Lotta Body setting lotion that you can get at Sally Beauty for very cheap, actually. And then mix it with some water, and I spray some of that in, or spray it on my neck, whatever. You obviously don't want it too wet because then it will not dry. And you know your hair better than I do, of course, so do what feels right. And the ends, for me especially, you know, they have the tendency to be most dry and unhealthy. So adding a little bit of extra moisture will help them to be smoother the next day, I have found. All right, it's a little bit watered down. And right now I'm gonna start putting the foam rollers in. I got these a very long time ago. I probably ordered them from somewhere. They're all one size. I'll be showing you the setting pattern that I do every night. All right, like so. Is that straightforward? Does it make sense? And then just clip it on. And I grab like a pretty substantial amount for the second roll. And actually I'm gonna add a little bit, because this lock of hair likes to rebel sometimes. I would say if you have any particularly extra frizzy or fluffy areas of your hair, dampen them a little bit more. I wrap the ends around the curler, and then I roll it down to my head. So I've done the 2 on the top here. Now I start on the side. Yeah. And I always brush out the lock of hair before I roll it, because then it won't be setting with tangles in it. So you can see pretty clearly how I do it here. On the sides here, since I will be sleeping on these, I try to make them a little bit looser. It generally doesn't affect the look or anything, but if they're just a little bit looser, then when I roll over on the side or when I'm getting comfortable, then I can push it to a place that is less uncomfortable, because I would love to say that it's comfortable sleeping with these all the time, but it's not. It's not comfortable all the time. It's a sacrifice that I make for the aesthetic. I do 2 rolls that are on the side of my head. I like to make those a little bit looser. I don't roll them up super tight, so you see how they can move around a little bit, and that's on purpose. This is the setting pattern that I do, 2 on the side and then just all the way down the back, you know, like a dinosaur. There are so many different like setting patterns that you can find on like Pinterest. Also different setting patterns for pin curls. I don't do pin curls. I have not adapted that into my beauty routine as of yet. Maybe someday. A little bit loose. The back is a little bit dry. Something that I heard somewhere is that if you're going for more 40s curls, then don't worry about having so many rollers on the back of your head, because it was less about volume in the 40s in the back of your head. In the 50s it was more about that, you know, the 50s and the 60s it was more voluminous all the way around your head. But if you're going for a 40s style, like I always do, then it's more front heavy. I only do like 3 rollers on the back of my head. And even though my hair is long and thick, I still get away with it. Right now, I only have 9 rollers in my hair. I think when I first started doing this, I would use like literally 20. You know what? This one is just too loose. I never do it that loose. I don't know what happened. Oh my god, why is it being difficult tonight? It's 'cause you're here. Alright, now the very last thing I do is I tie a scarf around my hair. So this is a square scarf. You want a big square scarf. I prefer this silky texture, but whatever you prefer, honestly. So I have it folded so that it's a big triangle. Then I put it like this, and then I'm done. No, I'm just kidding. So that is the nighttime portion of my hair routine. And I guess I'll see you in the morning. Sometimes I wake up and it's literally not on my head. I always start out by just smoothing out my hair with my hands. The only combing I really do usually is just with my fingers. And I have this pomade, this Lady Luck pomade with a cute little cartoon on the lid, and a little bit goes a long way. That helps smooth out the curls, keep them from being frizzy, and it helps them hold their shape. Depending on the nature of your hair, you can comb it more or less than I do. My main goal is to keep the curl definition. So I just take like a little bit of pomade. I kind of get a little bit on my nail, can you see? Just a little bit, because if you use too much, then it's gonna look like greasy and weird. As you can see, I really don't need to brush it. It has enough poof all on its own. As soon as I let it loose from the curlers, then it kind of already understands the assignment. The front part is always the last. I always start in the back. Ah! Oh! And I always, oh, I stabbed myself. I always do a side part. I have tried middle parts with a vintage style, and I just feel like I like the side part better. Do what you want. As you can see, this is still a little like separated from the rest of my hair, so I just take some pomade and comb through it just a little bit. Not even like all the way. I don't comb like all the way down the hair shaft with my fingers. I'm just kind of like, yeah, just put my fingers through part of it. I think it helps bind them together. And then what I do, I have these super long bobby pins, and I just take one and I pin it like that. And I take another one. And I typically don't use hairspray just because then I find that it makes it a little more difficult to smooth out my hair manually throughout the day. So when I do my hair this way, it allows a lot of the curl pattern to be visible. If I were to brush it, it would get super poofy, and if you have curly hair, you know what that's like. And you can just see the curl definition so much better if you don't do the brush out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful if you have curly hair like I do, and I'll see you in my next one.